Nigeria awaits UNESCO General Assembly's formal declaration to endorse an establishment of Category 2 Media and Information Literacy Institute. Bureau of Public Procurement threatens sanctions against culpable commitment to national unity and fair representation in political appointments. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 3 on NTN News 24. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Chinenye Moye. Arrangements have reached an advanced stage ahead of the formal declaration by UNESCO General Assembly to endorse the establishment of the Category 2 Media and Information Literacy Institute in Nigeria. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris was at the UNESCO headquarters in Paris, France, where he assured Nigeria's readiness and commitment. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
Like the famous phrase of an American baseball manager, Yogi Berra, it is not over. The Nigerian government desires to actualize its plan to host the Media and Information Literacy Institute. This struggle began from the 2022 UNESCO Global Media and Information Literacy Week, hosted by Nigeria and subsequently endorsed by the resolution of the 216th session of the UNESCO Executive Board in May 2023. The current administration has inherited this cause with financial and infrastructure commitment to ensure seamless takeoff of the institute in Nigeria. The minister is not also relenting in engaging relevant stakeholders before the official confirmation of Nigeria's status to host the Media and Information Literacy Institute ahead of the UNESCO General Assembly that will be held in October 2024.
It's a worldwide institute, and this is the first time that the world is doing this, and it's going to be really very great that Nigeria is hosting it. Secondly, there is also the prospect of looking at the MIL cities, the Media Information Literacy cities, a long way in helping not just the young ones, everyone in the country to be more aware about the dangers of fake news.
So this is the concept and the idea of the concept of an MIL city. It's a city, it's an urban space that promotes media and information literacy, also among adults, not only the youth and pupils and students.
Nigeria had also played host to members of the UNESCO feasibility team, where they compare notes after reviewing Nigeria's proposal on the infrastructure provided for the takeoff of the institute.
It's a big deal for us at a time that very great pedestal.
This is a final analysis and assessment of the process that started since 2 years now. The Honorable Minister has already and always reiterating the commitment of the government and Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by providing all the necessary resources we need for this.
As a government image promoter, he reaffirmed the government's unrelenting efforts to guarantee press freedom and restore trust and credibility to government communications in Nigeria, and called for global support in the fight against fake news and disinformation. In Paris, France, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
The House of Representatives Committee on Customs and Excise is proposing an amendment of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023 to provide a 4-year tenure for anyone appointed as Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service. Chairman of the committee, Leke Abejide, stated this in Lagos when he led other lawmakers on oversight visits to customs formations in Lagos. National Assembly correspondent Mitaire Iben reports.
Meeting with officers and men at the Customs Federal Operations Unit Zone A Ikeja, the Chairman House Committee on Customs and Excise believes a proposed 4-year tenure for the Comptroller General of Customs will facilitate effective policy implementation and project execution.
Police now, once you become an IG, Even though your retirement day is tomorrow, you can be there and nurture it to maturity.
Seizures by the Federal Operations Unit in the last 1 year include 6,000 pieces of donkey skin in a container valued at 6.7 billion naira, as well as vehicles impounded for evading import duties.
When we bring your vehicle here, we shall give you 30 days to come and present documents with respect of that consignment. So after 30 days, the law empowers us to take it to Federal Court for condemnation after seizure.
The customs controllers at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport acquainted the lawmakers with efforts at combating smuggling and protecting local industries.
That's why we are mentioning this. We need that standing. Since FAN has not provided, those of us in customs and NDLA and DSS, we now improvise.
Some of the seized items this year include package of Nigeria immigration camouflage uniform.
The lawmakers were also at the Lekki Free Trade Zone, which has the Lekki Deep Sea Port that is fast becoming a maritime hub in Nigeria and West Africa.
The Lagos Free Trade Zone Customs Command, which oversees 15 free trade zones, attributed progress in trade facilitation and enforcement to interagency synergy.
We successfully intercepted 2 containers of tramadol and 1 container of unauthorized pharmaceutical products. These containers have since been handed over to NDLA and NAFDAC.
That means we're in danger in this country if we don't bring this equipment quickly, like cannons.
The House Committee on Customs and Excise promises legislations towards modernizing customs infrastructure and enhancing border security. In Lagos, Mitaire Ikwen, NTA News.
Director General Bureau of Public Procurement Adebowale Adedokun has read the Riot Act to procurement officers, promising to hold accountable any officer found wanting for misprocurement activities. This was during a meeting between the Director General and directors of procurement departments in various ministries, departments and agencies. Ekene Ndulue reports.
Both capital and recurrent must go through procurement.
Director General Bureau of Public Procurement is making it clear that adopting best practices in public procurement will enhance people's trust on government activities and reduce poverty nationwide. This meeting between the regulator and procurement officers is to reflect on past challenges and re-strategize for implementation of the 2025 budget. Adebowale Adedokun is sending a warning that it is no longer business as usual, and officers found culpable in shady practices will be held liable.
The change has come that we will hold you accountable for any misprocurement that you cannot provide evidence that you guided them correctly, but you were turned down.
We are trying to see if there are other sources of income that you cannot explain. So somebody might come and tell me that it's a gift that he received. But then there is a code that says you are not supposed to receive gifts from contractors.
The implementation of procurement policies in the 2025 budget is especially critical as it aligns with Mr. President's Renew Hope agenda. We seek to ensure seamless processes, accountability, and value for money.
From all indications, the Bureau will be conducting periodic trainings for all cadres of procurement officers on best procurement practices as they work towards changing the narrative around execution of public projects. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulue, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has concluded her 2-day working visit to Taraba State with the launch of the Free to Shine Triple Elimination Campaign for the Northeast Geopolitical Zone. State House correspondent Adeni.
I want to go to school. I want to have kids. He said, do you know you can achieve all those things? But standing here today to tell you for the past 19 years, today I've achieved all those.
They are victims and at the same time conquerors of HIV/AIDS. And here they are with their bold testimonies of how early access to diagnosis, robust support system, and non-stigmatization of victims can help reduce vertical transmission of the disease. While flagging off the triple elimination campaign in Taraba State for the Northeast Zone, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says the frontiers of awareness and action against HIV/AIDS, syphilis, and hepatitis is expanding across the country, with the UN AIDS 95-95-95 target by the harps on the need for critical stakeholders, including traditional and religious leaders and international partners, to support the campaign.
I rely on you all to do the needful. Also the wives of our service chiefs, you have a lot of women across the nation, and I know you are working on that already, but we can intensify our efforts. To our dear children and youth, this campaign cannot succeed without your involvement. You represent our future.
Now, for the two ladies that spoke out, and now they are free to shine, the government of Taraba State will be appointing special advisors in this field.
The 1.9 million Nigerians who have HIV can be rest assured that this government will work with partners that are willing to support. Health is a means to everything we do, and health is outcome of
It flagged off a mobile clinic and a free education program undertaken by the state government for basic and secondary schools in Taraba State. At the ceremony, she announced a donation of a mobile clinic by RHI to further assist the state in providing quality healthcare services to its rural and underserved communities. From Jalingo in Taraba State, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
A bilateral meeting between Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga and Vice Chairman of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, Hun Shunhe, which highlights areas of further strengthening of diplomatic ties with China to actively actualize recent engagements signed when President Tinubu visited China in 2024. Garba Natala reports that Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga appreciates China for successfully hosting summits such as the Forum on China-African Cooperation that promotes China-Africa partnerships.
It is through such the elevation of our relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership.
And China is looking forward to working with Nigeria to promote the friendship and cooperation between our two sides.
In China's growing influence in Africa, Yusuf Tuga also reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to the One China principle, just as China says it recognizes Nigeria's leadership role on the African continent. The meeting focused on trade and cultural exchange with collaboration in infrastructure projects. We're on to the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. There will be more reports when we return this day.
Celebrate Ramadan with Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Many thanks for staying on. In a bid to project Nigeria's economy on a global stage and foster dialogue aimed at driving economic growth, a renowned economic expert has created a platform for businessmen to explore trade and investment opportunities within Nigeria and across Africa. The objective is to provide insightful analysis and foster dialogue aimed at driving economic growth and integration in Africa, positioning the continent as a formidable player in the global marketplace.
It's just badging the whole war with trade tariffs, so it's a trade war, all right?
Nigeria has 14%, you know, but not on oil and gas recently, but we know we are tackling this. So if you ask where we are, I think this is the best time for Nigerian trade. The reason is that we have a president who is a businessman and who is encouraging, you know, what we can call capitalist system. And of course, the bedrock of prosperity is capitalism.
It is a platform to unify the African continent when it comes to trade and investment, and that's why the Trade Horizon magazine is uniquely positioned to help investors, you know, make informed decisions, have access to opportunities, and also share ideas across borders.
With a key focus on the African Continental Free Trade Area, these experts believe the magazine will attract investors and spotlight Nigeria's potential as a manufacturing hub for the continent. Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation has addressed recent insinuations circulating on the social media regarding the composition of federal appointments. The government categorically refutes claims of lopsidedness and emphasizes its unwavering commitment to the principles of fairness, equity, and national unity. A statement signed by Segun Imohiosen, Director of Information and Public Relations for Secretary to the Government of the Federation, says all appointments are made in strict adherence to federal character principle as enshrined in Section 14 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as altered. It says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu believes strongly in the unity of Nigeria and is guided by the ideals of fairness and tenets of justice in all appointments, noting that the administration is dedicated to ensuring that all regions and demographics of the country are adequately represented in its institutions and agencies. The OSGF therefore urges the public to disregard unfounded speculations and rely on official government sources for accurate information. The statement says inquiries with respect to this matter can be channeled through the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, which is the official custodian of such appointments. The government of Edo and Kano states are advocating a strong mechanism that will help foster unity among states in the country, with the leaders themselves leading by example. This was the point of focus when the Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo led a delegation from Kano State to the palace of the Onoje of Uromi, His Royal Highness Anselm Idonije. Goodluck Enaine reports.
Delegation comprising 4 cabinet members and the Emir of Rano, His Royal Highness Ambassador Muhammad Isa Umar, were in the States to commiserate with the people of Edo over the tragic incident and to reiterate the position of the Kano State government that justice be served with due diligence. The Kano State Deputy Governor presented the report of the committee to ascertain the true identity of the victims of the incidents to Governor Okpebholo before heading for Uromi, where Governor Okpebholo and the visitors were received by the Onoje of Uromi, His Royal Highness Anselm Idonije, who described the relationship between his subjects and the Hausa community as cordial.
We are people that believe in peace and development.
The visitors are not only happy with the swift intervention of the state government, they believe that justice will be served.
This visit is meant to consolidate and harmonize and improve the relationship between our communities, and we continue to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Governor Okpebholo, who was earlier in Kano for the same purpose, assured the Kano State government of justice.
The president was not happy at all. He set up a commission of inquiry between the federal government and the Edo State government to look into the matter, the remote cause of this issue, and to bring a lasting solution to it.
The delegation also interfaced with some members of the Arewa community on the need to remain calm and be law-abiding. From Uromi, Goodluck Enaine, NT News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reform in the power sector has been described as a great leap that will give investors confidence and ensure stable electricity in the country. The managing director of the newly created Nigeria Independent System Operator, Mohammed Bello, highlighted this during a visit to the National Control Center in Osogbo. Femi Afariogun reports.
The Nigerian power sector is entering a new phase of transformation, and the center of it is the unbundling of the Transmission Company of Nigeria and the birth of a new entity, the Nigerian Independent System Operator, NISO. Speaking at the National Control Center in Osogbo, the managing director of NISO, Mohammed Bello, described the change as a paradigm shift. He said the move will replace centralized control with a more accountable, transparent, and efficient system. Bello praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for backing the reforms, noting that they have paved way for greater investor confidence in the power sector.
Over the years, you will agree with me that not much attention has been given to the system operations. Now, we're lucky with the passage of the EA to 2023, the NISO has been created specifically to carve out system operations and market operations.
The managing director of the Osogbo Control Center, Biliamino Ishola, emphasized the urgent need for capacity building among staff to match the new structure.
Are we really control the grid? Do we really have the means at which we can control that grid? Those are the challenges we are facing, which I believe the new NISO will solve and really will be able to compete with other developed countries where the system is working.
The MD and his team also toured the facility, inspecting operations at the heart of Nigeria's electricity transmission system. In Osogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated the National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Felix Morka, on his 60th birthday. The president, in a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, describes the seasoned legal advisor, who is now the chairman designate of the board of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, as a focused individual. The president also acknowledges Mr. Morka's crucial contribution to advancing the APC's communication and publicity efforts and profoundly values his unwavering dedication. He also commends him for articulating and effectively communicating the party's vision, policies, and achievements. He notes that his intellectual acumen and steadfast commitment have significantly bolstered the APC's public engagement. The president prays for God's blessings upon Mr. Morka and his family and wishes him many more years of good health, wisdom, and exemplary service to the nation. And that concludes the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye Ngoye.